sounds like you. You're an artist. You're fire and you make great music. You work a job, you save up your money, and you get just enough for that photo shoot, that studio session, and that music video. You put it out, people tell you how fire it is, and
now you're out of money.
You can't be successful without consistency. And at For the Culture Media, we saw this problem and developed a solution. It's the For the Culture Consistency Package. Never before have all these services been offered in one place for the unbelievable price of under
$50 a service,
totaling at $400. You're going to get an exclusive rights beat that no one else has ever heard, a studio quality full mix and master, a 4-look photo shoot, a performance visual, a behind the scenes song vlog, a playlist placement, For the Culture promo, and a 2-piece custom merch set that goes with the song. This is insane. You should be arrested for taking part of this. And there's only 10 slots. So you better sign up now. Terms and conditions apply. DM us today for more information or email us at the email provided below. For the Culture, it's time to take it to the next level.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
We got a special guest in the building
Another one.
today on For the Culture Podcast.
Yes, sir. Very
we got my
special guest.
dear friend. We've definitely made some hits in the past. Tyler Kidd.
Tyler Kidd in the building, everybody.
Tyler, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you for
Thanks
pulling up,
guys.
bro.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
You good, man?
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
you know,
Doing
do you know how I met him?
How'd you meet him, man?
No, I'm asking. Do you literally? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
I did Making the Band. You remember that?
Oh,
When
yeah,
Diddy was doing Making the Band,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I met Tyler in the line, so we're like waiting to go in, and Tyler, everybody's practicing, right? And there's like hundreds of people there. I never forget this, and he's singing Bruno Mars. What's the joint, Tyler?
Versace on the floor.
Versace on the floor, and he's practicing, and he hits the high note. Give him a sample, real fast, just the note.
Oh, something like that.
So,
Probably
and the
like,
whole room goes fucking dead silent, and everybody's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Damn.
But we went, and we ended up getting called back the next day, like Diddy's son was there and shit. It was super dope. And then they, like some of our homies that we met there made it to the finals, and then it got canceled because of COVID.
No way.
Yeah, but we beat out like 5,000 plus people and got called back for the next day. I think it was like 100 people the next day. But that's how we met, actually. Super dope.
And out of everybody you met Tyler Kidd, bro. That's
Yeah,
fire, bro.
facts.
Probably that y'all were the most talented people there.
Man,
so
this guy
the
can
energies-
sing circles around
like,
my head.
Y'all's energies gravitated towards each other at that moment. You know, it's like a destiny moment.
Facts. But Tyler, welcome to For the Culture, man. This is a podcast where we interview creatives in and around the Atlanta area. If you're creative, we want to see what the fuck you got going on. Man, Tyler, if you don't know this guy, he is literally a world-class singer. He does theater, like he gets paid to sing. So like he does it for a living. Like motherfuckers I try to do music, but I get a little money here and there, but that's not where I pay my bills from. This motherfucker pays his bills with music because he's that good. But he's got his hands in a bunch of different stuff, and I'm super excited to get into this. Tyler, the way this works on For the Culture is we want to know your origin story, where you grew up, where you're from, what were your influences, then when things kind of started heating up for you, and then what you got on the horizon. So take us back.
Take us on this journey, my brother.
Yeah, Cass is feeling good over here. He's like, yeah, take us back, man. Take us to the beginning.
So what had happened was I was born in Piedmont Hospital, 1999, March 15th.
God, I'm so old.
I'm not 24 years old.
Oh man, prime time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'm initially from Morrow, Clayton County. So shout out Clayco. You know what I'm
Clayco
saying?
in the house.
Sir, Clayco in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
I used to sing in the church choir, as a lot of people's origin stories start out.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's how I learned how to play the drums in the church band.
I used to play drums as well.
Hey,
yeah.
let's go.
And honestly, like, even past singing, like...
That's where I learned how to hit on women.
Hey, I'm still trying to work on that one. But, yeah, but even, like, as far as music is concerned, like outside of being a singer, a lot of people don't know that I trained on like 9 or 10 different instruments growing up as well.
I did not know that.
That's awesome.
I didn't get great at half of them, but you know, I can. I'm planning to incorporate that into future songs down the line.
So prior to you singing and learning instruments, right? You grew up like going to church in the household.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I was a Baptist.
Okay, and
what were y'all listening to in the house? Like, what's mom and dad listened to back in the day?
Was it a lot of church music mostly?
To be real with you, even though we went to church almost every Sunday, it wasn't
talking
like
to this. I want to make sure I hear you.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't like
You can take it out if you need.
all gospel stuff. Like, I'm an old soul. And the reason why I sing and dance is actually because of Michael Jackson, which I'm sure you can relate to.
Yeah, my favorite artist.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever heard him, I was 3 years old. My mom was playing his song "Bad," and we were in the car. And yeah, I mean, from there I was hooked. But I used to study people like Elvis Presley, James Brown.
Hell yeah.
You know, of course.
They sure don't make them like they used to, boy.
Yeah.
So before you started getting to studying these type of artists, what led you to like listening to music? Like what song gravitated, like you were like, I want to do this, or I want to dance like MJ, or I want to sing. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, it may have been a Chris Brown song. Like I know, you know, people have their opinions or whatever, but like with the artistry alone, like I would say maybe his song "Yeah" 3 times. Like, yeah, girl, I want it, yeah.
Okay.
Like all that hype stuff. It really like. I don't know. I just I appreciate how he can like tap into like any vibe that he wants, and like versatility is something that's very important to me. And so I think looking at artists like him or even Usher, or Justin Timberlake, have shown me like you don't have to just be an artist, but you can also be in movies. You can also do a Broadway show if you want to. You can be in a TV show if you want to.
Yeah, there's versatility in like all those things.
Versatility.
Yes, most definitely.
One time for the good cookie.
Cha-ching.
Versatility.
Yeah.
3 times for the good cookie.
I love you, bro. So, okay, so do you know who mom and dad's favorite artists were back then? Was it Michael? Was it somebody else?
My mom's favorite artist is the Isley Brothers.
Oh, damn.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out the Isley Brothers. Shout out Pop.
My dad, I actually get my singing from my dad, but he used to sing a lot of like Negro spirituals around the house.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can, with the range and the riffs that you do, I can see that actually.
Yeah, like, and he used to, I mean, he liked Prince when I was growing
Classic.
up. And I honestly consider myself to be an old soul because even a lot of the song covers, at least the ones I used to post were songs that came out before I was born.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realize, as far as like me trying to like get my views up, they weren't all the way up because a lot of the people that I was friends with didn't know the songs I was singing.
Yeah.
But those are definitely songs that I just, even to this day, I'll sing a Temptation song, any day. So, yeah, I mean, people like that. Smokey Robinson is another person.
Man, you got the good taste, dog.
Yeah.
That's why I fucks with you.
Luther Vandross, never too much, never too much, never too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's dope.
so many great folks that I've.
So your roots and your like taste of music run deep since like you were young, huh?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
At what age do you feel like you started studying music?
Ooh, well, here's a kicker. Like, I actually didn't start singing in front of people outside of my parents until I was 16.
Oh shit!
Oh, wow, I never knew that.
Which is insane. Cause I
So
don't
like
stop
theater and everything, because we're gonna get into that in a second. That's a big part of what you've got going on, those type of things and productions. But you mean you hadn't done theater or anything by the time you were 16?
I didn't start I didn't start musical theater until I was 16 actually as well.
Okay, so at 16, that's your first time singing in front of people?
Yeah.
So take us there. What's going on? How'd you get into it? Who put you on
What
with it?
broke through that you were like, it's time? Were you like in your room for years and you were like building your craft, and then one day you looked in the mirror, you were 16 and you were like, yeah,
baby. Now, I I guess if you want to count like singing in the choir, like I did do school chorus, and like I had a solo like at church one time, and it went well, but I just wouldn't like sing in front of people. But I was in the acting class, and people overheard me like singing to myself, and they were hyping me up, and I was like, oh, you know,
Bro, you make me so mad. And I feel like you got to feel this too. If I could sing like that, bro, you wouldn't have been able to make me shut the fuck up. I'd have been at McDonald's like ordering, let me get a number 3. Like the whole thing, dog. You know what I'm saying?
let me get a number 2. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
Somebody
bruh?
buy this man's lunch. What the fuck?
Oh my gosh. No, I'm playing. But yeah.
No, for real. Though,
Okay,
that,
so
that is insane. Like what?
Theater, was it at school? Was it outside of school?
That's crazy too, because before I got into music, I loved acting too. Like I was.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
That's I didn't even think I was gonna do music.
I think those two coexist as well. Like
Yeah.
they help each other, especially if you're like connected with both. You can really use them for your creativity, for like music videos or all those type
Exactly, yeah.
of things.
I mean, truly, like I thought to myself, like narrowing down my goals of like, Tyler, what do you want to do for a living? Because you know you have all these interests. I was like, well, you know what? I feel like I can always act in my music videos, like how Michael Jackson did, or how people who make short films or visual albums around like with their projects that they do. But but I was in acting class, and people were hyping me up, and then I learned about this guy named Avery Wilson, who was an amazing.
Oh man,
vocalist.
Avery can blow, bro. That motherfucker can sing.
Yeah,
Real. He's got pipes.
he's
You
actually-
ever heard of him?
I think so, but
You've definitely seen him online. His clips are like super viral. But anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
I actually would have worked with him if I had gotten that show. But
Shit.
he's playing the Scarecrow on the Wiz right now, the national tour revival, and it's gonna go to Broadway.
Don't
next
give
year.
it. Don't give him the spoilers yet. We're gonna get there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, most definitely. But, anyways, but yeah, I mean, from there on, I did the school musical. It was Hairspray.
Okay. Yeah.
That is not my favorite show of all time, and I would do it. I hope to do it a few more times, you know, before I age out of that show. But yeah,
And that's where you kind of got the bug.
I performed like from my school class like a week or two, like 1 or 2 weeks later. We did Hallelujah. It was me and a friend of mine playing like ukulele. And from there on, I just wouldn't stop. And like now, people say you sing too much.
So
Yeah.
your breakout was not more necessarily like, oh, I'm gonna become this artist to record music. You started doing this live performance in theater and singing in musical theater.
Yeah. So you want to hear something else? That
That's
crazy that
pretty
happened?
dope. That's
Yeah.
actually pretty fucking dope, bro.
Yeah, it a lot of things came at once. I didn't think about it till now, but 16 was the year of a lot of things cultivating in what I identify as.
So what took you from now this performance in theater and music to be like, okay, I want to go to the studio and record my own song?
So funny enough, a few months after I did that musical, about 2 months before that musical actually like popped up, like I had already, got the audition, I got in, but I met a group of friends in an a cappella group, and they were starting up a music group. I don't even know if you know this, but I was I did not. From age like 16, 17 till age 20, I was in a group of artists.
Getting your pitch perfect on.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, the dude who started it was the beatboxer, and he was a rapper. He actually taught me how to like write rap music. So in the group, I was actually rapping more than I was singing, even though I probably should have been doing more singing than rapping, honestly. But
Always for you.
but yeah, I mean, that was my first time being around recording equipment, and I was so excited. I always wanted to be the whole pop star thing, but I just didn't have the connections. And even then, it wasn't like connections that didn't really come along into my 20s. But yeah, 16, 17, junior year, senior year is when a lot of things of like cultivated of like, you know what, I have all these interests, and even though I'm not great at any of them yet, I still have the raw talent to
It's
develop.
the journey. Man, you've always been great at singing. I don't give a fuck what you say. You got a great voice. So what ended the a cappella group? Why did that stop?
Oh no, that was just like a free period thing.
Oh, got it. At school.
Yeah,
At
yeah.
school. Okay.
That wasn't a music group, but I met them. We were in a cappella group, but then we through a teacher. Then a few of us branched off, and like not branched off, but a few of us had something going on outside of school. Then it was kind of like some Brockhampton type stuff. We had singers, rappers. We had a couple people like playing saxophone. So
okay, that's pretty dope.
yeah, I mean they're still doing their thing now. I'm doing my solo thing, but yeah, I mean that was.
Okay, so around that time, that kind of ends. I'm guessing you're doing theater in the meanwhile, right? Like doing productions, doing things. What were some of the shows that you were doing back then? Where were you doing them at?
Yeah, so I did, outside of high school shows, I was doing community theater too. For those who don't know what that is, that's like non-professional theater. That's like not school related.
but like local, kind of like rec league for sports, but like theater.
Exactly. So I did.
I did that too back in the day. I was really big into acting. But then I had a baby when I was in high school, so I was like, man, I guess I can do music because I make my own schedule. Because acting's different. It takes a lot of your time.
Especially if you're
much
on
more
set.
time consuming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it though. I'm probably much better at acting than I am at music.
Hey, we need to do a short film together or something.
Oh, they're coming. 2024. You're getting short films from Colgate.
I'm excited.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. So yeah, I did Hairspray. I did Charlie Brown, Christmas musical. I did what else? I did The Wedding Singer. I did Rock of Ages. I did Bring It On. So like, and those are just over the span of like maybe a year and a half. I was just like back to back to back to back, doing shows and like doing little side things here and there. I was trying to sing here and trying to dance there. So, yeah, I mean that's what was going on in my late teens.
Go ahead, Cass.
Do you remember the first song you ever recorded?
Yeah, it was called Godai.
How did that come about?
With the group, it was I think it has something to do with like the five elements or something like that. He just asked me to do a verse. I had my songwriting book. I wrote down a really like whack like rap verse. My flow wasn't great back then. I mean,
you were still developing that sound.
Yeah,
Now what? So that's your first song you made ever, and that was with the group, right?
Yeah, and they've since redone it like a different version. That I'm not on the different version, but
So, but when did you record your first solo song?
Oh, my first solo song.
And what was that, and how did that come about?
It probably was back when I was in the group making my own solo project. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was a 3-song EP.
How old were you?
I was probably 17, 18.
Okay.
And did you get your own equipment? Did you go find your own studio?
It was doing the whole home studio thing at my homie's place, and there was a song called like "Twas the Night Before Love" or something like that. I don't know. Like I was that was a full like singing thing.
Might steal that.
Was it still Tyler Kidd at that time, or what were you presenting yourself as?
Yeah, it was always Tyler Kidd because like I think people also forget like Tyler's not even my first name. Like my first name's Booker.
Okay.
Like my full name was Booker Tyler Kidd III.
I remember when you told me that. I was like, that shit's hard. Booker's like
your name is Booker T, bro.
Yeah. That's what everyone says.
That's what I'm saying,
bro. Booker T.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Bad Bunny had a whole song called Booker T. So
but do you know who Booker T is?
Yeah, Booker T. Washington and the rest, and there's also the wrestler as well.
Yeah, bro.
WWE wrestler. Yeah.
That's insane. You got to do a song called Scissor Kick.
Hey, that's the one we're gonna hop on together.
My man said Scissor Kick.
No, because that was Booker T's finisher, so that'd be hard.
Scissor Kick.
I mean, you know what? Back in 2020, I was like, maybe I should go by Beat Third because it's Booker Tyler Kidd III. Okay. So I thought or Beat 3, but I don't know. Tyler Kidd has been sticking. I think eventually someone's gonna probably make me switch it to
you
Booker
do
Tyler
have
Kidd.
that Tyler energy though. You're just such a happy, like upbeat kind of dude. You know what I mean?
I get a lot of Disney comparisons. I'm not gonna cap, but I don't mind it.
No, man, but I mean, it's like, bro, the fucking world needs to like smile sometimes and shit. Everything's so fucking dark and angry. I mean, you can't be like me, just mad as fuck, wanting to kick everybody's teeth in all the fucking time. People need to smile every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so. After that, so you've done a bunch of shows for the community theater. You started recording some of your music here and there. You work on this 3-song EP. Then what happens? Because how old are you at that time? You finished the EP. Did you put it out? Then
so, my songwriting skills weren't great back then, and I was clowned for a lot of my lyrics. I like a lot of the stuff that I had put up, and the project never released.
Okay, man, you should have heard my first.
But
shit.
Was it like people just hating because you were doing your own stuff, or do you think it was really just not that good at that time?
Well, the thing, I'm not gonna say this is an issue, but my broski, like, who was the head of the group, who I'm still close friends with today, he was ahead of like, he was making the decisions of like who was gonna feature on my songs and whatnot,
producing you.
Yeah, I think. At some point in my life, I would like to make those decisions myself. But if it's like someone like you or whatever, then I still like trust y'all's word.
I was produced for a while too. You get to a point where you kind of know what works for you, and you can kind of take the wheel.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, that was I mean, to be real with y'all, I've recorded so many songs that either got lost, like my like someone who recorded them like lost a lot of the tracks, or just never saw the light of day. But I think in more recent times, I've just realized, like, sometimes it's just better to just put it out, even if you don't.
Facts, even if it's imperfect.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Yeah.
the best advice I could ever give anybody that makes music. It's never gonna be perfect. Just put it out. Like, how many times have you just seen somebody on like a talk show sing, or like Sway in the Morning or whatever, and it's not mixed, it's not mastered, it's not whatever, but the shit's still super hard? Or somebody did like an IG clip or a TikTok clip, and it's hard. It's like, guys, stop scrutinizing yourself so hard. It doesn't have to be a multi-platinum engineer that mixed it. Like, if you got the sauce, you got the sauce. You know what I mean? It is what it is. There is something I want to touch on real fast before we get too far down the line with music. Myself personally, I've been through like a lot of different, like, really tough times in my life that kind of made me who I am. It's a big fuel for my music and my art. I know Cass definitely shares that with me. We've both kind of had a rough journey of it. Can you tell me a little bit about, like, what was like the most difficult thing you ever had to deal with, and how did that play into your art, and how does it fuel you to this day? And like, what was the most painful thing that you've ever been through, and how did it affect your art and your career?
I feel like I can still answer that question, and have it bleeding to where I'm currently at as far as my mental state is concerned. But a month after high school, I lost my father.
I'm really sorry, man. I do know that, but
yeah,
shout out to Pop, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
And I guess I don't want to say luckily, but we knew it was coming, so it wasn't like out of the blue.
Yeah.
Health issues and stuff like that. But I think it wasn't until maybe spring of this year someone helped me realize that I wasn't in tune. I've been emotionally unavailable. Like,
yeah, I mean, bro, that's your dad, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, that's part of that's half your heart right there, dog.
Yeah. And I think at this current time, we hadn't really talked about this today, but like, I'm really trying to like work on myself from the inside out.
I'm going through the same shit. I think everybody at this table is going through that right now.
Amen.
Yeah,
just trying to get right, bro.
I don't know. I don't know if I have the full answer of like how it's affecting me today, because
do you think it influences your art or your drive for art, or like your love for art? Was that like a coping mechanism? Did it fuel your fire for it? How did those two things interact with each other?
Most certainly. I actually have a song about him that it's been written. I just haven't put it together. And I have someone that you guys know who I was going to have feature on it because he's lost both of his parents.
Who?
My boy Price Dowling.
Oh, got it. Yeah, you and Price.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm not 100% sure if it's gonna work out in that way still, but we'll see. Like,
it sounds like a beautiful record. Either way, and whatever direction it goes.
And I'm actually rapping on it in the first verse, and then I go into singing.
Yeah.
So I think folks who have met me over the past few years maybe won't see that coming, but I've taken a while to like perfect it and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, I feel like it's come out in that way. I feel like with my dad passing away, I'm also making sure that there are things that he just instilled in me that I think lead into my daily life, as far as being a gentleman is concerned, and like I'm not gonna lie, most of the time I kind of feel this, but he was like a neat guy, like a clean dude, like
yeah.
So like, I feel like trying to make sure that I'm just kind of on my stuff, and and not trying to be too much of like a messy Marvin,
Messy Marvin.
But also he actually instilled a whole bunch of what I know about my faith,
Yeah.
as well. Like we used to read the Bible together when
Shout
I
out
was
to the
visiting him on
big guy
weekends.
upstairs,
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah,
man.
so like
Those people are key to your life because they help you move forward and
It's
they
like what
plant
life's
seeds
about,
into your life for you to bear and grow.
Yeah. I feel like I was always a Christian, but I feel like because of him, I will open that book, sometimes and just read different verses from it. I'm currently trying to get into a habit of reading it every day, like I used to do.
It's crazy when you love somebody, because I've definitely lost a lot of people I love that have passed away. How it reaffirms your faith, because like you're like, I know this person that I love is somewhere. Like they didn't just fucking
Disappear.
poof into nothing, and like you can feel it. It's like a thing, you know what I mean? It's like a thing that you can't put your finger on, but it's a powerful thing.
Speaking of that feeling, that I didn't really get close. I hadn't gotten close to that feeling until extremely recently. I was out at this apartment, and it was the same apartment complex my dad used to live in. And I was door dashing. I was delivering an order, and it happened out of this whole big neighborhood. It happened to be like right next to the apartment building he used to live in, and I would visit him on the weekends. And it felt like I stared at it for a few seconds, and it felt like if I had walked in there, I would have seen like 12-year-old me hanging out with my dad, and I would have like walked into the past, even though I know that wasn't the case. If it kind of, I don't know, it kind of felt like he was like within feet from me,
Yeah, you could like feel his presence, man. That's
Yeah.
real. I mean, look, it's science where energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes form. So it's like, that's fucking science. Open a book. So, I mean, you can feel it, bro. In certain places, that energy is concentrated. Spiritual energy is a real thing. But I don't want to drag too far away from your music because we are getting close to time. So now you've done lots of shows with the community theater. You've done, the EP. You kind of got your feet wet with a lot of stuff. And I think it's crazy, too, because Cass and I really love performing. But honestly, we spend so much time doing content. We don't get to perform like you. So that's got to be so fun. And like one of those things that probably keeps you away from the studio, because you get to get that instant feedback from people. And every time I talk to this motherfucker, it's so hard to get him anywhere because he's like, bro, I got a show. Bro, I got a rehearsal. Bro, I got a show. Bro, I got a rehearsal.
That's dope, man.
So, and I know you got into dance a lot, too. You actually gave me some dance lessons because I used to dance a lot back in the day, and he had brushed me up on some stuff. But
I might need some dance lessons.
Hey, let me know. I was really about to hop in to some.
You can fucking dance. That's another way you make money. He's like an instructor at a bunch of different dance schools.
Step Up movie, would you go?
Yeah, I actually had lunch with the guy who choreographed those movies back in like 2021.
There he is.
Sorry, it was dinner. David Scott. I've like taken a few classes from him.
Shout out David Scott, man.
Yeah,
Mr. Scott.
He also, I think he choreographed You Got Served, and he like.
Oh man, I definitely gotta meet him, bro.
Yeah.
You don't know now, but you.
Yeah, I mean he don't live in Georgia, but he's world class.
Bro, You Got Served is a fucking classic, bro. It's just that's a blueprint. That started that whole wave of like dance like movies, bro.
Let me put it like this, too. When I met him after the Making the Band thing, he was doing so many dance classes because he teaches like all these dance classes and is involved with all these dance classes. That's all I thought he did besides singing. I thought he was just like trying to be a singer, and his day job was teaching dance. I didn't even know theater was a thing because he does it a lot, the dancing, like a lot. Yeah. How busy are you with the dance now? How often do you do that? What's that been like, say, for the last like year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah, so I actually had stopped teaching dance on a weekly basis in May of last year because I did a theater thing out in Florida for a month.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. What was that?
I was doing a production of Legally Blonde, but it was Legally Blonde Junior because it was me and a couple other professional actors from Atlanta going down to work with adults with cognitive disabilities, and we helped them put together a full production. Like it was like an hour or so long.
That's fucking dope.
And
I didn't realize that's what that was.
Yeah,
That's
and
dope,
so like,
man.
but we also a couple of us were also in the show as well with them. So, but we, that was an amazing experience. That was my first time like working out of town, being out of town for like longer than a week, being on my own, and I had a great time for the most part with that. But yeah, so anyways, from there on, I came back to Georgia, but then I left again to travel to Michigan to teach kids for a theater camp.
Okay. So it sounds like after it just theater work picked up a lot, so you kind of had to like put the dance to the side for a second and kind of dive into the theater stuff.
What's insane? You just said like you didn't know that I did theater until like later on. It's probably because I had until spring of last year. I hadn't done a musical in like 5 years. Not on purpose. I just wasn't following it. I wasn't sure if I should keep doing musicals, in a serious way, because I don't know. I was like, maybe people won't take me seriously as an artist, down the line. But
hey, man, it's 2023, baby. You can do it all nowadays.
Ain't no limit to nothing, bro.
It's not like back in the day. Like back in the day, if you were 50, you had to be 50 Cent. If you were fucking Usher, you had to be Usher. Look at Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez can snap with the boom bap. Yeah. Tory Lanez can fucking hit him with the trap
Tory,
shit.
Man.
And
free young Tory, man.
Shout out Tory. He's got the deluxe of Alone at Prom coming out this November. Shout out Tory. That's man, he's one of my favorite artists. And then he's got the R&B shit on lock. So it's like nowadays, bro, you can be the jack of all trades if you got the chops.
Yeah, and that's really what I'm trying to like promote myself as. But yeah, man. So I came back from Michigan. Then I went to North Carolina. I taught another camp out there. Came back, and then I did an acting apprenticeship.
Don't be shy.
I did an acting apprenticeship from July to June 5th of this year. Now I'm teaching dance again on a weekly basis, but I teach every other month at this one studio. But then outside of that, I'll go teach a workshop somewhere, or I might teach.
Hey, you can fucking dance.
I might be choreographing for.
You're gonna have to send me some clips so I can splice them in here.
Oh yeah. I'll send you a few.
Okay, brother.
But yeah, I'm honestly trying to transition out of that just a little bit and get more into choreographing in the film world potentially.
Oh, that's awesome, bro.
So I haven't spoken too much on that yet, but I've been shadowing a couple folks, and I'm trying to.
You busy guy.
I'm moving in silence. I'm trying to move in silence, so make moves in silence. So yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you, after we met at Making the Band, I got you in the studio on my project Love Fuel, and you did the hook on this record that we got a video coming out for in 2024 called On the Run. Amazing. You made the song. Honestly, it's the best song on the project because of you. But man, when you go in the studio and a producer turns the bells and whistles on you, it's like unbelievable what you can do in there. Like, it's crazy. You and Cass really need a record together. Like, really bad.
We're going to lock in. We were talking about it before this.
But yeah, and we did like a live version of that, and this is just a great song. I can't wait to get back in the studio with you. You've got some records yourself, some out, some on the way. Can you tell us a little bit about those? And then like what, as an artist, because you're an artist too, you don't just do theater, you don't dance, you're also a recording artist. What does that look like? When is that coming? What's on the menu for that? What do you want to be on the menu for that? Talk to us about that and let them know where they can find it.
Yeah, so after the song we did together, I had
On the Run, on Love Fuel. Yes. Just look up Colgate, all platforms.
I'm on the run from what you've done. I'm playing.
Okay, it doesn't sound like that, but it's good.
No, yeah. So I have since then put out a few things, but at this
what are they? Hit me. What are the names?
All right, so this
Hit
song
me quicker.
Mall of America.
Mall of America.
Need More Time.
Need More Time.
Dang, I don't know if I can say this yet, but
hit him. We want the exclusive.
Go Right Now.
Go Right Now.
What was the one we I just did? What did I just sing?
I know the beat's called Red.
Yeah, the beat's called Red. User.
That's right.
Yeah.
User.
Shaboing boing. Yes.
There you go. And what do people look up? They just look up Tyler Kidd. TYLERKIDD.
Yeah, but be careful because there's like one or two other Tyler Kidds that exist online.
Imposters.
And one of them is an artist. So my goal is just to become more famous than him.
You are.
No, thanks.
You had dinner with the guy that choreographed You Got Served. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
You know the guys at For the Culture. I mean, come on, dog.
With that,
you
bro.
plug, baby.
Yeah, man. I'm really out here to be real with y'all. Like my ultimate goal is that I know for a lot of people it's financial freedom, and I can definitely agree with that. But it's for me personally, I really am focused on having career freedom, meaning I can.
Hang on, hold on. Say that again.
I really want to focus on having career freedom, meaning I can write a movie. I can write write an album, go on tour, do a TV show, do a movie, do a Broadway show, write an album, go on tour,
Yeah,
It's a pattern.
Like,
And
on my Wayne
bringing
Brady,
in
Childish
money.
Gambino type shit. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
that's fucking fire.
So, and I really took that rotation from somebody else that used it as an example. But basically, like that's why I try to put my
You want to do all the
my
things
feet
you
in
love.
everything. Yeah. So I know I do a little TV film commercial stuff here and there as well. So the actor strike just ended yesterday. So
let's go.
Yeah,
let's
thank
pray that
God.
I'll be back on somebody's set very soon too.
And back to like the artist side real quick. I want to pick at your brain. As an independent artist, what do you feel are the pros and cons in that like realm?
Well, I would say algorithm is a big word.
Algorithm is a pro or a con to you?
For me, it's been a con. Like I have,
Same.
That motherfucker.
I've tried. I'm still trying to go viral, but honestly, viral isn't the main goal. It's not at the top of my list. But that I think from not having someone who's gonna run my ad campaigns for me, it's can be a bit difficult. But I think a good side is that I have freedom doing like whatever I want to do.
So you would say like the con is like you have to now, since the internet is a plus, but there's so many people doing it that it's consistency that's gonna put you out.
Yeah,
compared to everybody else.
My discipline and consistency are my two biggest. The two biggest things I'm really putting.
You're so
my focus
busy
on.
all the time. So to make content for somebody that does as much art as you're doing theater, you're doing dance, like all the time. That's got to be crazy.
I need a manager.
Can you tell us a little bit about your audition for The Wiz and when you went to New York in that trip? And then after that, I want to know a little bit about the music that you plan to drop in 2024. And then Cass is going to do a segment with you called For the Love of It. So, yeah, tell us about New York. Tell us about the records on the way. And then we're going to hit For the Love of It.
Yeah, so The Wiz is going back to Broadway next year. If y'all know what The Wiz is, that was like the black version of The Wizard of Oz that Michael Jackson was in 1979. I believe it's 79. And they're bringing it back to New York again after like 40-something years. I auditioned at the Alliance Theater in early January, and about 4.5 months later, I get an email saying, "Hey, can you be in New York in 5 days? We want to see you to
That's
possibly."
crazy.
I know I had to figure a lot of things out in order to get up there, but we want to see you to possibly understudy the Lion and the Wizard for the national tour and the Broadway production coming in 2024. Now, mind you guys, I did not get it, but it was what was incredible to me is I don't know if I mentioned this to you at all, but that was actually my first time auditioning for Broadway. And to make it,
so it's like literally Broadway. So you get up there, and what's it like? Is there like hundreds of other people, like when we did Making the Band? How was that? What was the dynamic like?
Maybe a dozen of us.
Okay, and what did they make you do? You just get on the stage, and they had given you like a monologue and a song to like practice before you got there? How did that work?
Yeah. It was two scenes and 3 songs.
Okay.
Low-key 4 songs actually.
That's crazy.
But what's insane is that I was in a room with people that I looked up to that were also up for that show. That was like
awesome.
That was the crazy part. Like I was.
That's always a good feeling.
And it was my first time in New York, and I went up there alone. I met up with people that I knew when I got there, but like there were people from shows like Wicked and just people who have done a lot of great things who now follow me on Instagram because I was networking while I was out there, and I fortunately did not get it, but don't worry, there are some things brewing up right now. So
that's what yeah, man. You keep shooting at those with the chops you got. You're definitely gonna get it, and it's super dope when your idols become your homies. That's happened to me a couple times, like with Kwani and getting to work with Kasky and some different people that I loved, and like getting to do work with them and chop it up. It's super exciting. Tell me a little bit about what music is on the way. What's coming? What do you plan to drop in 2024? Do you have any collabs? Do you have any solo stuff?
So I just officialized something yesterday with someone.
Okay.
Me and a guy named Connor McBain are planning to release an EP that's going to be kind of like Act 1 of our album that we're going to put out, and the album's going to be a visual album because he went to a film school up in Michigan for a year, and he shot the most recent music video that I was a part of, and he also does short films, and he's like a full-time actor himself.
We need to have a conversation after this about that.
Yeah. That's coming along. I'm also well, I got a homie that wants to start an R&B group, but it's likely going to be a joint album that we do. So I would say within the next 6 weeks, be on the lookout for some posts about that.
Okay.
And I think it's about time that I release my own project as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, super about time. Like, I really can't fucking undersell how well this guy can sing. It's like crazy.
Fire.
I know we're gonna be in the studio. You're gonna be working with all the For the Culture guys this year. Jay Switay, Cass, me. We're gonna have plenty of records. We got the video for On the Run coming out 2024, so I'm super excited for that. But yeah, so it sounds like solo project, joint R&B project, bunch of work with For the Culture. Anything else?
Everything else is going to be acting and dancing related. I'm doing a show at the Center for Puppetry Arts in January.
Okay, what's that show called?
It's called Human. It's a show that just got workshopped up in New York, and they're bringing it to they're bringing it down here to happen. I'm also going to be doing an acting/dance project thing happening in February and March. That's going to be 4 shows for that. I don't have dates for it yet, but I start rehearsals for that next Friday. And on top of that, I am really looking to hopefully start choreographing like full-on productions myself.
Yeah,
Let's go, man. That boy working, bro.
Yeah, man. You're
Let's
putting in that
go.
work, baby. I'm proud of you.
Thank y'all.
All right, this next segment is called For the Love of It. Cass,
All right, my brother.
you got the special talisman.
All right, so in this segment, I'm gonna give you this right here, this big boy right here,
Oh my!
and you just tell us 3 things you like love and you feel like you can't live without.
I love my community.
Okay.
I don't think it was to this year where I started realizing like you really got to be careful with who you share your energy with. Like I have
Big facts.
and I think now I have a pretty good positive like circle around me. And I'm trying to get better
Very
at keeping it
important.
closer. I'm still working on that right now, but like
Energy exchange is real.
yeah, like slowly cutting people out of your life, it is necessary because you never know you never know how much it stunts your growth until you finally let that person go.
You've grown up a lot since I met you. I'm real proud of you. That's so real though, man. That's super real.
Yeah.
Say it again for the kids in the back. Gotta watch who you keep around you.
Yes.
For real.
All right. I would say another thing would be the arts.
Okay, arts. Can't live without the arts. Facts.
I'm like the fact that it's like the first thing that's always cut out of school programs whenever there's like a budget cut is insane to me because so many people's lives are saved from like doing music or doing dance or doing anything theatrical. So I would say the arts is something else I can't live without. We need number 3.
Go ahead.
All right. The third thing that I can't live without. I would say, man, this answer will probably change later on, but right now it's low key my phone.
Hey man,
at
like-
least you being honest.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm on my phone probably 10, 11 hours a week. Like when my app will be like, hey, you use your phone this much, yeah. So, we working on that one a little bit because I'm trying to get that number down. But that's just me being real with y'all.
No, I feel you. For the love
Hey,
of it. The
man.
community.
Yes, sir.
Arts.
I love how you
Phone.
say community. That's a big one.
Yeah,
and
my
like,
folks.
that's important. You know,
Yeah,
'Cause
friends and
you
family.
always got to remember where you come from.
Hell yeah. That's super.
Well,
real.
thank you, my brother.
Man, we're so glad that you were here. Cass, do you have anything else you want to ask Tyler?
Is there anything you wish we talked about that we didn't talk about?
No, I mean the only thing I would say, like as far as things, you guys asked me what I have coming up. There are things that I don't have coming up that I'm
Take this big guy off your hands.
I've been auditioning for, which is like cruise ships, performing on cruise lines, and honestly, doing touring. Like I want to be on the road so
Yeah,
bad. That's one of my biggest.
You got
goals.
the skills to do it. Like he's
Like-
like one of those people that was naturally born with the voice.
So it could be touring. I mean, I do want to tour as an artist one day, but I also like want to tour with musicals as well.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you could do any of it, man.
I got friends that are doing it right now. So like, even have folks in my life who are doing it, it's such a cool idea to me. So I do strongly feel like I'm gonna book my first.
It's gonna happen, man. You keep at it, you're gonna get it, dog.
Yeah,
I
project
promise
like that
you.
within the next
Oh,
12
God.
months. So I would say be on the lookout for that. And I'm saying that to myself as well.
Yeah,
You
thanks,
know?
man.
Yes, sir, man. Well, thank
Man,
you for
we love
pulling
you,
up, my brother.
Tyler Kidd. Thanks so much for being here. Amazing artist, tons of music on the way. This guy's gonna take it far.
Yes, sir.
Out of a lot of people we bring on here, I'm telling you, this is somebody I love to work with because man, he's fucking talented. Listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been For the Culture.
Yes, sir. We are for the culture, man.
Yes, sir. Throw up
go.
them fours for us, baby. Let me see your fours.